Looked outside, so pretty. We have a cool and beautiful day today. It will be a chilly, rainy, breezy start to Wednesday, so maybe not the most pleasant day, a little bit nasty outside. Some of us might consider anyway early Wednesday. If you like that kind of wintry weather, you're in luck. We get some of that cold rain early tomorrow, and then it looks pleasant later this week, and then we have another round of rain Friday night. Might not be good if you have Friday night plans, but a lot is happening on Saturday, which we'll talk about in a second. And it looks like Saturday will probably be dry now because the system may speed up a little bit compared to how it was looking a little while ago. Right now, 51 in New Orleans. So pretty, beautiful blue skies, almost turquoise looking kind of skies there. Temperatures right now 50s for all of us. And as we look at our winds, not very strong north of the lake, but we do have east winds up to 10 or so miles per hour, gusting near 15 or so near the coast. And we are going to be seeing a change up in our weather as we get into tonight. So this afternoon, still looking good. This is our precision cast showing by 4 p.m. Our high temperatures today about 56. So very pleasant, staying dry all the way through this evening. But here's our next system, and there will be a low pressure area here in the Gulf, along with a batch of rain forming out to the west of us. Now this is by midnight, so we might have a shower or two around midnight into the early part of your Wednesday morning, but it will be more so a little bit later, I think, by a few hours. In fact, this is right before sunrise. We're starting to see this batch of rain arrive. Exact timing could change a little bit. Models aren't in perfect sync as far as whether it's 5 a.m. or 7 a.m. To the start of the rain, but you can see the general idea. The batch of rain around sunrise, maybe towards 7, 8 a.m. still with rain in the area. That's what this model has, but it's a pretty fast moving thing. Look, by 9 a.m. we may already be dry after having a big area of southeast Louisiana just an hour before with rain. So that is one thing about this system. It's going to be moving pretty fast. The Friday night one also moving pretty fast, but both of them will have the potential to bring maybe an inch or two of rain. So our total with the two systems could be 2+ inches of rain. Looks like we might have to watch out just in case there's a heavy downpour and a bit of street flooding, but it's so fast moving and it's not bringing severe weather, severe storms not expected, and it's not lingering, it looks like, for quite long enough to bring a lot of flooding concerns. So I think if anything, we may just have a little bit of ponding of water in a few low-lying areas. Might not even see much of that, particularly with the Wednesday one. Looking ahead to Friday night, we have the rain moving in, maybe even as early as after sunset, but it might hold off maybe until 10 or 11 p.m. That does leave us dry, it looks like, for Saturday. So Saturday, January 6th, the Epiphany, will have temperatures in the 50s. So it will be cool. We will be drying out during the day, probably even seeing the skies clear after that Friday night rain. And it will also be windy, so that's something to think about with parades. If you're going to the parades or part of the Joan of Arc parade or something like that, we will have a bit of wind up to maybe 15, 20 miles per hour. And there are other things going on besides Joan of Arc parade. We have North Shore parades in Mandeville and Covington on Saturday. There's the Fan Expo at the Convention Center. You need tickets for that. But something free to do is an eclipse prep party. That's at the Kenner Rivertown Planetarium. 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Saturday would be great for kids to just learn about eclipse. And this is in preparation for the total solar eclipse that's happening April 8th, 2024. So only a few months away from that this spring. Of course, the path of totality is outside of our area, but it does go over Dallas, a big chunk of Texas and Arkansas. And we're going to be somewhat close to it, so a good event to learn about all those sciencey kind of things. And of course, we have a WWL exhibit at Kenner Rivertown, so you can see that at the museum there, the Science Museum, and you can kind of try to be a meteorologist yourself. So just a reminder, there's always that if you have time for that. 7-day forecast shows our temperatures kind of cold Thursday and Friday mornings, especially north of the lake. Lower 30s expected there. This weekend, though, Saturday and Sunday looking cool, but mainly dry for those 2 days.